Hello, everyone. Visoki Entertainment, VE Squadcast, episode 16, coming at you live. This is Brady, Charlie, and Garriet. We are here once again talking about some Smackdown for the week, and we're rolling into SummerSlam. We got this week, and then this is the go home to the go home show. So next week we'll be leading into SummerSlam. So it's pretty much guaranteed. Just skip next week of wrestling, right? We already know what's going to happen. And they're all going to play it safe. There's going to be no good matches. But this week we did have some good matches. We had some good stuff, or some real good beep.
Hey, good wrestling.
Yeah, it was a decent week. I think SmackDown won once again. It's just a much more watchable show. But Raw has some star power, man. Like people like Elias, they're doing great.
They were good lucha things.
Stop the presses, boys. This is actually we're going to start with sad news. Actually, God, I don't know which one of these is sadder. Let's start with probably the saddest news out of the two that we have. Nikki Bella says that John Cena changed her forever. Moving on. Aleister Black is out of TakeOver Brooklyn with a groin injury. He broke his penis, and probably not. But he does have a groin injury, and he's going to be out of TakeOver Brooklyn. So that means that we'll have a singles match between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa for the title. And Charlie, you have a theory, right, as to who attacked. So Aleister Black was written off TV. He was attacked backstage. That's how they wrote him off.
Yeah, the classic.
They found him backstage, hurt. And
wholesale parking lot.
Who jumped him?
Yeah. Let's hope it's not Lars, but in a conspiracy world, let's say it's Matt Riddle, man. This is how he debuts. Beats the crap out of the former champ. Maybe when Aleister comes back, he's like, "Who the hell did this?" And then out comes the bro.
Yeah, and it would be even cooler if he was like, "Who did this?" and someone else takes credit for it, and Matt Riddle debuts and helps out Aleister, and leading to Riddle turning on him and be like, "It was me all along.
And there's nothing you can do about it."
Is Matt Riddle now Bad News Barrett? Hey, what's that guy doing, man, anyway?
I think he's doing indie stuff, but
I knew he was he was the general manager of What Culture Wrestling, now Defiant Wrestling.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I knew that. I remember seeing that.
Interesting. Also, the day before the Evolution pay-per-view, Hulk Hogan has said that there's a big announcement coming. And multiple people have said that it's some kind of WWE project, but I don't know. I think it's NWO based. That's what I heard. So
NWO 30 for 30?
I think it will probably be. I think it'll probably be a table for three with him, Nash, and Hall.
Ooh, I'd watch that.
Yeah, same. I'd be down. All right, let's talk about some things that we really liked this week. All right, Garrett, let's start with you. What was your first class segment of the week?
So Randy Orton has been really killing it recently in terms of being an interesting character. Randy Orton is one of the weird cases of professional wrestling where he was. Everything could have gone wrong for the guy being a third-generation wrestler coming off of two huge names in the wrestling business. He could have completely flopped like we've seen some others in the past coming off huge wrestling names. But now he's kind of inverted the legend killer gimmick. He's even now calling out that people are he's like, no, this is not that. People that are making comparisons, this is the opposite. I'm now the legend. I'm killing everyone else. Which I enjoy, and it adds a new layer to Randy. I'm kind of glad and he got some time off for a while to kind of reevaluate what he was doing, because while I enjoyed seeing him, in the title scene again and getting that belt one more time, I think he definitely needed, if he's going to win it again anytime soon, to have some refresh on his character. And this version of Randy Orton, I would love to see take the belt off of AJ and a really competitive match, because I think he'd be down for it. So.
And I remember us talking about when Orton was off TV, we said, hey, maybe him being off TV for a little while is just what he needs. And that's exactly what he needed.
Yeah.
It ended up being good for his character in the long run. Charlie, what'd you like this week?
We're gonna go to the women's side of wrestling. I gotta say, Lana and Zelina Vega. Second week they've done the match, and both times they've changed it up a good amount, and it's a fun feud going forward because now they are doing Rusev and Lana as faces. They didn't really give them a turn. It was just kind of a natural overnight thing. So it works though, and I'm sure they might end up doing like a mixed tag thing, which could be kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of nice that they have finally decided to roll with him as a babyface. I know what you mean because they've had this feud, but it's CN Almas says he's never been a babyface in the feud. So it's like, oh, I guess Rusev automatically is just the babyface.
Yeah, it works though. I mean, they getting it to work. Lana beat her 2 weeks in a row, Lana lost 2 weeks in a row. So maybe they're gonna push Zelina as a wrestler, and I
hope so because she's good.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with this is that we could potentially see the breakup of Rusev Day, which would make me very sad.
Yeah, and it's like, what does Aiden English do if he's not with Rusev? He's probably out of the company in a year.
Yeah,
dude, reform Mustache Mountain.
That should be interesting.
Wouldn't that
make it a stable? Add him and Gallagher in there, whatever.
My best segment of the week, my first class segment, it was Paul Heyman's promo. This was something where I made the effort to go back and watch on YouTube. Like as soon as I got home that night, like I missed Raw because this week was crazy for me. I missed Raw, and I rewatched some things, but this was the first thing. Like that night, I had to watch it because I heard how good it was through other people. I saw tweets about, oh my God, Paul Heyman just cut the promo of the past 5 years, stuff like that. I was like, okay, I need to see it.
Yeah,
just his commitment to this promo of, remember, he was attacked by Brock Lesnar in kayfabe at the end of Raw last week, and then this week he had an interview with Renee Young, and they portrayed it as if like Paul Heyman had to speak like he's contractually obligated. He's like, I don't know why you guys are making me do this. He came in, he like had the Visine to make his eyes super red. It looked like he had intentionally like let some stubble grow on throughout the past week. They gave him some makeup to look like he had bruises on his neck. It's just, he looked just like he got beat up, and he just looked like a demoralized man, and he put his whole soul into that promo, and it's just refreshing to see actual good acting. Like this was TV show style acting from Paul Heyman, talking about, how Brock Lesnar, how he considers Brock Lesnar his friend still, and he hopes Brock's able to come around, and like Paul Heyman just said a lot of true things because him and Brock Lesnar are very good friends. They do hang out outside, and that's why I don't think it worked when Heyman was trying to, manage Curtis Axel, because they don't actually have a relationship. They're just using Heyman as someone to be behind Axel. But he actually has a good relationship with Brock Lesnar. That's why it worked with CM Punk too. And he said a lot of things like, my kids know Brock's kids, like they're good friends. I'm good friends with Brock, everything like that. And then if you haven't seen it, WWE on their YouTube channel released an extra little bit on their YouTube channel. It was the end of the interview that they didn't show on Raw, and this was teasing Paul Heyman turning on Brock Lesnar, possibly with Roman Reigns, where there's another conspiracy that we'll talk about in a second, so Renee Young asks Paul Heyman, is there any way that Roman Reigns can beat Brock Lesnar? And on Raw, they showed Heyman saying, right now, with how motivated Lesnar is, there's no way Roman Reigns could beat him. And they cut it at that. And then in the extended on YouTube, you can go watch it. He goes, unless, and then he stops, and he's like, sorry, I have to do something. And he gets up and leaves. And Renee's like, where are you going? What are you doing? So there are two conspiracies. One is he's got the master plan, and he's going to turn on Lesnar in favor of Reigns. And you want Reigns to get cheered? That's how you do it at the end of SummerSlam, for one.
Yeah.
The other conspiracy is right when Renee asked him, while she asked him that question, she was sitting in like a stool, and she put her left hand up on the stool, and her wedding ring was showing. That was the first time that it was showing during the interview. And some people are thinking, what if Heyman brings back Ambrose to screw Brock Lesnar out of the title? And when he saw that ring on Renee Young's finger, that's what gave him the idea.
That would be awesome.
So,
wow, that would be good, man.
So that would be deep. And of course, you know what WWE's probably going to do is that Heyman's going to tease the turn on Lesnar and then help Lesnar win, and then he's going to say, it was a ruse all along. And then it's going to be all for nothing. Garrett, I was talking about some conspiracies. I want to hear about a conspiracy of your own for future plans.
So I haven't done this in a while because there hasn't really been enough juiciness. I guess apparently I've just been missing it according to these theories, but I kind of picked up on this stuff as well. I didn't think it was worthy of a whole segment on it. I think that we've had a couple of references to a superstar that we haven't seen in quite some time recently. If you go back a couple of weeks on SmackDown, we had the beginnings of this tag tournament feud sort of deal going on between the Bar and the New Day, and Usos were involved as well. And the Usos were making a joke essentially about shoving something up your candy, and then it didn't. And then Jay or Jimmy cut off the other one. So there was another reference before that. I can't quite remember what it was, but there was I believe it was in a Daniel Bryan and Miz promo that Daniel Bryan basically told the Miz he'd never be The Rock. So we've had a couple of references. I think The Rock will be back at SummerSlam. There's been a couple of people that have also had this similar thought that maybe he could come back and somehow be involved. But I don't know if he'll come back at SummerSlam, but I think we might see post SummerSlam, maybe if they need somebody big to go up against whoever walks out as champion of one of the world champions, maybe we have The Rock come back. I don't know. It'd be really interesting to see him, you know.
I think your cat wants you, Garrett.
It happens.
The cat is letting her presence be known. Cat in heat, man. Cat in heat. So Charlie, if The Rock interrupted Elias at SummerSlam during a song, would you be hyped?
Oh, it'd get me. I'd get up off the seat.
Would it rustle your jimmies?
100% Jimmy's rustled.
See, I don't know if I jump out of my seat, but I definitely, scoot to the edge of it.
Okay, that's fair.
I
do pop though, man.
I do the thing where I'd sit up, and if the cat was on my lap watching the thing, she'd freak out. She'd be like, "What are you doing, man?" She'd run away.
So we wouldn't pop like when Josh beat Paul last year. That was an up out the seat.
That was absolutely we jumped.
Brady stands up out of his seat for The Rock, launches cat across the room.
I haven't jumped out of my seat for many things, man. Josh beating Paul.
Did you jump out of your seat for AJ Styles' debut at the Royal Rumble?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
I think the Super Bowl. I was maybe the first person in the arena to get what was going on. The rumors were there, dude. I can't even explain it, and they missed it on camera too. The fact that because no one had heard the music before, and everyone's like, okay, obviously, like someone we never heard before. And I looked at Charlie, I was like, I swear to fucking God, if it's AJ Styles. And Charlie's like, there's no way. And then it flashed across the stream. I am and I'm like, ah! And the whole thing blew up. You can hear it on tape. It's still one of the biggest pops ever.
Oh, absolutely.
And then probably the other time I've literally jumped out of my seat was when the Patriots won the Super Bowl against the Falcons.
That's what I said. I was the Patriots winning the Super Bowl, right?
Like that was insane.
I know you so well.
Actually, probably more exciting was when they scored the 2-point conversion to tie it. The fact that they even got to overtime was what was crazy.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's talk about something outside of wrestling now, Charlie.
Yes. Do a little music talkage here. Well, so what I'll do is I'll give kind of some top 5 artists that I've been jamming recently. Oh, thought I just muted the mic by hitting the button. We're good. And all right, so we'll start it off. We'll go with Trippie Redd. The man released an album yesterday. Well, Not yesterday. It's still Friday. Today. The album came out today, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Life's a Trip.
Trippy Red.
Trippy Red. It's called Life's a Trip. And there's a song off it called Wish that's produced by Diplo. It's pretty good.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Then let's see. We got the Immediate Affliction. It's kind of a long tenured hardcore band. Their sound has progressed beyond belief since their first album.
Give the people one song.
I would check out Wishbone.
Wishbone by Immediate Affliction. All right.
I don't know if it has a video, but definitely the sound, like their best sound put into a song. Let's go with the new guy. Brady knows. Lil Mosey. Cole Bennett put this man on the map. Lyrical Lemonade, if you guys follow that at all. He's got a song called Noticed. That's a hashtag banger.
It is really good, I gotta say.
Yeah. Another guy I've been listening to, his name's Paris. Post Malone brought him on his tour just out of nowhere. And the guy dropped an EP, or I guess an album. And he's slowly but surely going up. Him and Mosey are not that big, like, at all, artist-wise.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Lil Mosey Noticed. The music video has 11 million views, which, like, people that are big, they get that. And that's over 3 weeks.
Yeah, and Cole, that's pretty much, like, that's from Cole. Lyrical Lemonade. Like, that's huge for him.
Yeah.
And Paris, I'd recommend the song, there's Crushed featuring Travis Barker, who's the drummer from Blink-182.
I love Travis Barker.
That one's pretty
He's
good.
great. He's great live.
And you can tell, man, when you listen to the song, you can tell. The drums are there. It's really good. And then fifth and final one, we'll do just slipped my head.
6ix9ine and
who was I gonna say? It's gonna come. We'll do Landing Cube.
Landing Cube.
Landing Cube.
That, like, in the car song, right?
Yeah, Drive My Car. Yeah, Landing Cube. He's really good. And I mean, yeah.
Nice.
There's five artists. You got a band in there, 5 different style artists. They're more of the singing. Oh, I was gonna say Juice WRLD, but Landing Cube and Juice WRLD. If you've listened to rap at all recently, you know Juice WRLD.
Dude, I hear a lot of. I heard kids talking about Juice WRLD today.
He's the new guy, man. He's everything you like about Post Malone, but better at it.
Juice WRLD or Fat Nick, bro.
Oh, Fat Nick. No, I'm kidding.
Especially that music video where he's in the dress or whatever.
Yeah, Fat Nick's another one who could be on the list. There you go. You got 7. You got 7 from me.
7 artists to check out. Go check some of them out. But the one thing that I recommend not checking out.
Charade getting on the top floor in the high rank district. Here he goes, crossing himself. Oh!
Not good. It's not good, boys. As always, there's some stuff that's it's not too great in the world of wrestling. And honestly, I'll start with this one. It's not something that was necessarily a bad match by any means. These guys are always putting on great matches, and I've had them as part of my best segment multiple times. But I'm getting sick of Rollins versus Ziggler and McIntyre. Like, I don't know, they're just running it back so much, and it's great. It's just one of those things where, for whatever reason, it seems like Vince McMahon is like, look, if something works, let's just do it over and over and over again until people are sick of it. And yes, it's taken us longer to get sick of this feud. But I don't know, it's the same thing over and over, especially with the decision this week of Seth Rollins was going to be put in a tag match against Ziggler and McIntyre, and there was going to be a mystery partner. They teased it all night. Cole intentionally said it's not Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, exactly.
To try to not get people hyped up for it. So people are like, oh my God, maybe that means it is Dean Ambrose. Or, okay, it's not Dean Ambrose, but that means it's going to be someone completely unexpected. So people are getting hyped up for it. And what did they do? Rollins just wrestled a handicap match.
I was so down for Tyler Breeze. If they did that. CrossFit Breezes.
Why not? They teased it, but it wasn't meant to be, apparently. I I don't know. I can't wait till SummerSlam's there. It kind of needs to be over. I think McIntyre should be world champion sooner rather than later. I don't know. I think that we could end up seeing a turn. People want to root for McIntyre and Ziggler. They're good heels right now, but there's no reason why if McIntyre went for the world title and someone else challenged Ziggler for that title, that they couldn't hold both titles at the same time.
Yeah.
It would be interesting. Or, if McIntyre ends up with the title and then Ziggler turns on him and challenges him for the title. They could go a lot of different ways, but I don't know. I think that all three of these guys should be top tier stars. Garrett.
Okay. We're going to talk about something that happened this week on Raw that I have not asked you guys about because I don't know if you even know about it, Brady, but I know you know about it, Charlie, because we both watch wrestling all the time. There was a new entrance music debuted on this episode of Raw for the B Team. And it was probably the worst entrance music they've released since Jason Jordan's initial music or Big Cass's initial music.
You're the first person I've heard that didn't like the music.
Straight out of the Spirit Squad. I don't know, man. It's going to take some getting used to.
Look, I'm not going to say that I don't want the fans to have a good time, but I don't want the fans to have a good time because they ruined that match. I don't give the fans any leeway anymore. They should not be catering to the people that blew off what could have been one of the best matches of the year, possibly. You know what I mean? If it hadn't just been tanked, because no one's going to go back and watch that now. You know what I mean? Like, they broke up a really good match in this match, too, between the B Team and the Revival. They had the B Team and the Revival having a really hot match. I mean, a hot match, Brady, like a ridiculously good match for the B Team. I mean, and they broke it up because they wanted to continue. They teleported in the middle of the match. Now it's over.
Bray Wyatt has never teleported into a match ever.
Witchcraft.
Okay, going back to the music really quick. Don't you think it's kind of promising for the B Team that now that they have custom music? Like, doesn't that mean that maybe they'll hold the titles for a while?
They have the Battle Scars song, which I liked.
Yeah, see, that's the issue. I really like the Battle Scars song.
Same. It's what we talk about. It was a good actual song, like Drew McIntyre's old song. That's a good song that you can listen to.
Right, Baron Corbin's song, like Aleister Black, like good songs, man.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to be sitting in your car listening to the B Team theme now. That's not happening.
Demonetized.
B Team.
Says you, dude. Says you. I'm downloading it today.
God damn it.
Going to my
Charlie, what didn't you like this week, man?
I think we're on week 13 of Authors of Pain versus Titus Worldwide.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
It's I don't know how they ended. That's I guess I'm curious in that aspect if maybe they just never touch each other again. But what the hell is the point of this feud?
I know how they end it quickly and without cause.
Does the winner of this get the title match next? Is that what happens?
To, right?
I mean, hey man, maybe it's a number one contenders match. We just didn't know it was a 46-week build.
You know how I think they end this feud?
Let's hear it.
We bring back an old favorite from all old school wrestling fans, the good old leather strap match, and let Authors of Pain beat the ever-living crap out of Titus Worldwide for about 10 minutes.
I've never seen a match like that.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Barbed wire.
Leather strap matches, Russian chain matches. That wasn't just a Rusev thing. That was also a thing back in forever ago. Nicole Offs used to do it.
Judy Bagwell on a forklift match.
Yes, that's
the best match of all time. Don't know what you're talking about, Brady. WCW did nothing wrong.
Can we get a Rusev?
Lana on a forklift match
with Lana on a forklift match.
Aiden English is the one driving it.
The reason is what was their point of using a forklift? Did they just not have a shark cage yet?
That was.
I assumed. There was probably some gimmick where they like put her up on a forklift one week and then like they never took her down. So like they were like, well, we didn't take her down, so they'll just assume she's still up there. I don't know.
Remember Rey Mysterio?
I don't know. WCW booking was weird.
Um,
I'm sure there was a reason. I'm sure if we were actual wrestling fans, we would know that too. But you know.
So, okay. I want to talk about something really quick. So you guys remember, I don't know if it was, 2 years ago where Stephen Amell had his match?
Yeah, against Neville.
Yeah.
Or with
Oh,
Neville.
yeah, celebrity
With
match.
Neville. And you remember how it was actually, like, pretty good?
Yeah.
I think that was on Neville.
And Garrett, I know that you've, I don't know, he seemed pretty damn athletic.
Yeah, he's pretty. He looked like a natural in the gymnastics side of it.
So he's having a one-on-one match at All In. Which if you guys don't know what All In is, it's pretty much just it was put on by Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks, and it's got a bunch of people from pretty much every production that's not WWE. It's got Ring of Honor, it's got Impact Stars, it's got New Japan, it's got people from all over, right? And let me just run down the card really quick. So these are a lot of names that people will know. So notably not booked, Flip Gordon. Sorry, Flip.
No.
Kenny Omega, Pentagon, Matt Cross, Maxwell Friedman, and Chucky T and Trent are confirmed that they're going to be there, but we don't know what they're wrestling in. We have the over-budget Battle Royal with 10 people plus Moose, Jordan Grace, Colt Cabana, Ethan Page, and Ricky Romero. We've got the Briscoes, which you haven't seen the Briscoes wrestle. They're amazing. You should go watch them. Versus Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. And then we have a fatal four-way women's match with Madison Rayne, Chelsea Green, Britt Baker, and Tessa Blanchard. Can I just say that's going to be the women's match of the year across all of wrestling? I personally think Chelsea Green has been amazing since she left WWE. And Tessa Blanchard is my favorite women's wrestler outside of WWE by far. We've got the Golden Elite, Young Bucks and Kota Ibushi versus Rey Mysterio, Bandito, and Phoenix. Once again, I'm not too familiar with Bandito. Everyone listening to this
tearing it up this year in PWG,
and I love Phoenix, man. Oh, that match is going to be great. We have Kazuchika Okada versus Marty Scurll. Okay. We've got Joey Janela versus Adam Hangman Page, who has really broken out this year. Jay Lethal is going to face the Battle Royal winner for the Ring of Honor World Championship. So it's probably going to be one of the people I listed.
Most likely.
Wouldn't that be cool if Colt Cabana won and beat Jay Lethal? That would be sweet. And then
Chicago.
And then the NWA World Heavyweight Championship between Nick Aldis and Cody.
Yeah.
So, you might as well give the title to Cabana because he's never going to go anywhere else.
And this is going to be in Chicago. And let's just say, isn't CM Punk suing Colt Cabana? Isn't that the new thing?
No, now Colt Cabana is suing CM Punk.
Oh, Colt Cabana is suing CM Punk. Just
imagine if he won the title and the lawsuit on the same day.
No, just imagine if CM Punk showed up at All In and beat the crap out of him for coming after him, and this was all at work.
It would be amazing.
That'd be good.
WWE levels of meta booking.
All right, I'm not going to do the 80 seconds because there's one thing that I want to talk about that we were talking about before we went live. So honestly, everything else, like, do we really need to talk about Bobby Roode versus Mojo Rawley?
No. But out of the guys that you were saying that haven't been announced, I have a theory. I think they're going to do Kenny Omega versus Pentagon. It's never happened. So I think that because Phoenix is in a match, but Pentagon isn't. So I think Pentagon's going to face Omega.
And so Pentagon is probably like the most sought after wrestler right now. He's in like every promotion, and he's like a top guy in every promotion.
Oh, dude, he's just so good in the ring.
Does New Japan let its wrestlers show up with their titles on other shows?
Yes, I think so.
So he'll have the belt with him there. Okay.
Oh yeah, he'll have it at All In.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just not. I know he's involved probably to a small degree with it anyway, but
Yeah, the only people that are kind of sticklers about it is Ring of Honor, but this is like listed as a Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that's the Ring of Honor literally signed off on. You're gonna face Jay Lethal.
Right. I mean, they're putting this on the Honor Club network, so.
Oh yeah, it's. I mean, And especially because you got that New Japan crossover Madison Square Garden show coming up, Supercard. That's going to be insane.
That's sold out. It's sold out today.
Awesome.
They sold out the Garden, so that's awesome.
Yep. You're not the biggest dogs in the game anymore, WWE.
So Charlie, out of the past, since you started watching wrestling, you've been watching it for what, about 5 years now?
Pretty much, man. Ever since you showed me the Rumble. We were getting ready to watch a Rumble, and then we went to a Raw about 3 weeks later.
Yeah, so ever since then. So basically, Charlie's been watching about as long as AJ Styles has been in the WWE, so however long that is. What would you say is one of your least favorite characters? The person that's just changed the channel bad?
Of all time or current?
All time.
Oh, it was Ryback. 100%. Never got into it. Never got into it.
More.
How about someone that that's currently kind of still around?
God.
Just overall character. Ryback sucked.
Oh, there she is.
I'm not sure.
I'm talking about Kane, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Kane every day.
Corporate Kane was a terrible character, and I hate to say it, but Baron Corbin is Corporate Kane. And Corbin's okay. He's okay in this role, but he could be much more. Now, I've heard the rumors that WWE is sticking him in this because his promo work was terrible, and this forces him to be good on promos, and then eventually he can be back into his old character, and he'll have the promo skills now that he's had to be talking. I get that. But when he was with his old character, I know it seems like such a little thing, but his hair looked so bad that he didn't look intimidating whatsoever. And now that he's in this Constable Corbin character, I mean, come on, they're both Corporate Kane, Constable Corbin, like
100%.
Same thing, dude. He's lost all credibility, but he looks way more like a badass now. If he were to just go back to the Lone Wolf character, and I was saying, like, look, we're not seeing Undertaker on TV maybe ever again. So why not? Like, and plus the American Badass Undertaker's been gone for so long. Triple H hasn't been on TV with motorcycles or anything. Let Corbin ride a chopper down to the ring every week. Redo his entrance to where he doesn't just stand there. Look, the song's good and everything, but I would love it so much better if he just came down, had some shades on. He could even keep somewhat of the suit, like throw like a biker vest on or something. That's just what he needs to do, man.
Oh, I agree. Because
he's decent in the ring. I mean, the Deep Six and the End of Days are two of the prettiest moves in WWE right now.
And that's one of the biggest things you need is you need the pretty moves.
And he hits them pretty much flawlessly every time.
All right. So that's going to do it for this week. Next week, we're going to talk about some go-home shows. I'm really not excited to watch it, and it'll be my first full week of school, so I don't even know if I'm watching a minute
Do
of
our
it
SummerSlam prediction.
But we'll see. Yeah, we might even just scrap the show and just go SummerSlam predictions instead. So it's just odd. It's not a good week. Garrett's dabbing aggressively. That is the whitest dab I've ever seen in my life. Make sure you like and subscribe and click the bell so you know when we go live. And my cat wants my attention, and so I guess I'll go pet the cat. Anyway, till next week.